What's going on YouTube? My name is Sweat. Welcome back to another Apex Legends tips and tricks video. Today we're going to be covering how to play Bloodhound. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing and liking the video if anything helps you. Let's get right into it. Now the first thing I want to talk about is Bloodhound's passive ability. Now if you hit L1 or LB on PS4 and Xbox correspondingly, this will send out a 5-second signal wave, if you will. It's like a moving frame shot of the enemies. Now this can be used through walls, through obstacles. That is why this is very useful in game. I recommend using his passive ability while pushing a team that is camping in a building. This is most likely when this will be most effective in your favor. But you can also use this passive to get intel for your teammates as well. Another thing I want to talk about is Bloodhound's trackers that you can see on the ground when playing him. And this can range from anything to open doors, blood droplets, an enemy has healed there, gunfire. It can pretty much tell you anything you need to know about the enemies that are nearby you. And obviously this is going to be more beneficial when the enemies are closer to you. When you see a door that was open 60 seconds ago, it's not really going to be that big of a deal compared to when you see a door that was opened 5 seconds ago. Then you know you're really close to the enemies. You're going to want to pull out your guns, tell your teammates that you're about to get into a fight, and engage on the enemies. Now this does, like I said, last 60 seconds, so just be aware of that. You're not going to see anything over the 60-second mark, but you really don't need to. It's really only useful for that short period of time where there could be an enemy nearby. So the next thing I have to tell you guys is to face towards your enemies while using the passive ability. In these clips behind me, you're going to see me actually fail to use the passive correctly, and that is because I was not facing directly towards the enemy at the time that I was pressing my LB button or L1 button. You have to be facing directly where you think the enemies are going to be, or else this does not capture them in the little 5-second snapshot that you will get. I used to think myself that this was a 360-degree view, so I would press the LB button and then I'd spin in a circle real quick, thinking that I was going to see the enemies that were behind me or whatever, but it just simply doesn't work this way. So you just make sure that you are facing the enemies when you're using the passive ability, and it should grant you a higher chance of seeing where they actually are. And now we arrive at the fun part. What you guys all want to see is Bloodhound's Ultimate. How do I use this correctly? How do I use this to the best of my ability, the most efficiently that I can use it? And that is going into fights. This is going to be an offensive move by Bloodhound. L1 and R1 or LB and RB will trigger the ultimate, which gives you a black and white screen, okay? Highlights enemies red, highlights their footsteps bright red, so you can see where everything is happening, where everybody's going. And I think honestly that Bloodhound's Ultimate could be the best one in the game when you compare it to Wraith's Portal, when you compare it to Pathfinder's Grapple, when you compare it to Bangalore's Barrage. Nothing really comes close enough to Bloodhound's Ultimate except Gibraltar's for me, because it falls right away. But anyways, you also get a 25% increase in movement speed while using Bloodhound's Ultimate, and this is crazy efficient when trying to get away from enemies, but also trying to fly into enemies. They won't see you coming, and it's hard for them to keep up with you while, it's hard for them to try to track you while you're moving so fast. So this can be used very efficiently, very effectively if you practice on Bloodhound and get used to using him. Now you can see in these clips behind me, I'm popping my ultimate, I'm running after enemies in these situations, and it's lighting them up bright red like I said before, and it's just putting me in a better position than if I didn't have it, okay? This is giving me all their footsteps. I heard this guy very loud coming behind me through this doorway, so this really helped me out in this situation, and thankfully my P2020 hammer point rounds came through clutch for me, got the job done, and our squad eliminated the enemies there. Now in this one, I was actually a little bit farther away from my team. I was looting up over by the opposite side of Repulsor, so I had to run all the way back. The 25% increase in movement speed got me back into the fight faster than it, obviously faster than if I didn't have it. I was able to help my teammates out. We were able to kill this team, so that was awesome. And While using the movement speed, you can see I got a way to heal way quicker too. This was very crucial in this fight because he had me very low, had to heal up, and obviously the gold backpack saved me a little bit, but the movement speed played a very big part in this. So next thing I want to cover is escaping fights. Now earlier I talked about when using the ultimate you can run 25% faster. I've mentioned that multiple times actually, and this can also be used to escape fights. In this situation, I run into a team of 3, my teammates are dead. So obviously I'm not going to push them, but I needed to get out of there fast. I grabbed their banners. I'm headed out on a wild goose chase over here. These kids are right behind me, and they 100% would have killed me if I didn't have the movement speed boost. And you can obviously use this ultimate for many different things. Say your teammate's down, he's a little bit away from you. Pop the ultimate, know exactly where he is, go ahead and heal him. Or you can obviously see through smoke. Bangalore smoke pairs very well with this combo. Running away to heal. You can use this many different ways, so use it to your advantage. Use it wisely, make it work. Now I just want to give a little ultimate warning while using obviously Bloodhound's ultimate. I find myself straying off from the pack when using this ultimate ability. That could be just me, but I find myself running way too close to enemies and just getting myself into poor situations with this character. Now that could just all be from my personal mistakes, or this could happen often, but while using the ultimate, it's more than likely you're going to want to try to get up in enemies' faces, and that could actually hurt you in the long run. So try to get good positioning with this ultimate ability. Lastly, I'm going to leave you guys off with some Bloodhound gameplay I got while recording this video. So if you liked anything in this video, like I said earlier, make sure to leave a fat thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you in the next video.
That entire squad taking a moment to heal.